I see anybody there? Yes. Okay, I got a couple hands. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Put those screens up for me, please. Okay, today I want you to look at this screen and tell me life situations and ask yourself, will you be ready? If you had job loss, if you experienced a divorce, if you got remarried, if you're trying to pay for college, you see, any of these, temporary disability, I tell people that all the time, would you be ready for these situations? We're going to go on to the next slide, and I'm going to give you 6 sweet steps towards 2016 financial success. And are you ready for those? Yes. Can we go through these 6 steps? Yes. Take some notes, please. The next question I want to ask you, I had the opportunity to go to Columbus and see a movie on the prior Friday, and the question that I thought stuck with me the most is, if I die today, would you leave your family bills or benefits? Ask yourself that question. Which would you leave? More bills or more benefits? Again, say, what would you prefer to leave?
Benefits.
Did I hear somebody say bills? Okay. Benefits, please. That's a trick question. Benefits. So step number 1, what I want to talk about is creating your budget and establishing goals. Take control of your money. Around this time of year, people tend to, you have your big box stores, your big retailers, and they do a lot. They spend millions of dollars in advertising. And guess what? So many people get caught up in debt around this time of year because you get excited about the 50% off. I tell people that's 50% more than what you were planning on spending. So don't get excited. Buy one, get one free. The one you bought, you shouldn't have bought in the first place. Okay? Will we agree on that? So take control of your finances and understand what I tell people. I don't want you buying things for Christmas that you won't even be wearing next Christmas. And you're still paying interest on that. So how many coats, how many purses do I see? A lot of purses here. I'm in the room full of ladies that you're going to still be paying for a year from when you bought it. Is that the truth? So take control of your finances. Know where your money and your dollars are being spent. Evaluate your expenses and really break them down and create a budget. Who has a budget ready for 2016 already? Okay, about 20% of the room. By the time we come to January, I want to see 100% of the room. Can we agree with that? So you can go to mint.com or to Quicken and you can pull out a free budget in order to make sure you're ready for 2016. The next thing is know the income. Not only know your expenses, but know your income. You don't know how to spend your money if you don't know what you have coming into your house. I tell people I can evaluate you by just pulling a bank statement. Anybody in this room, I can tell you your favorite things. I tell you, bring me 1 month of bank statements, and I can tell everything you love. If you like to eat out, if you like to shop, if you like to travel. So all that being said, I want you to take that, do that exercise when you get home. Pull down a bank statement, and I want you to highlight the things that you frequent the most. And say, man, how much of that can I be investing? How much of that can I be preparing for my future? So then also establish goals. We do that within my house, and we're actually around, we go on vacation into this month. I share with my kids, not only myself, I share with my kids, my wife, and then my extended family. So it's 4 areas that we look at: spiritual, financial, health, and emotional. You can't, I tell people, don't have a lot of money, but you're not healthy, because you can't enjoy it. So make that a part of your goals as well. Establish an emergency fund. I tell people, I see a lot of fancy purses around here, but you shouldn't have a purse that costs more than you have in the bank. Right. so you carry a real nice empty bag. Okay? So, or if you're on social, all my millennials, Generation X that's on social media, you don't have more followers than you have money in your account. Okay, so what are you paying more attention to? So, like I said, emergency fund, start off with $1,000, work towards that, and then we want to move towards with progression that at least 6 months. When I gave you that list prior to, and I said life situations, if you lost a job, I tell people, if your boss came to you and said, hey, today is going to be your last day, I want you to get up and give him a hug and say, hey, thank you for this opportunity. Not like, oh, do I have to sell my house? Because we're all human. The first thing runs to your house, man, what do I have to sell? Am I going to be able to pay my next mortgage? Am I going to be able to pay my light bills next month? So you want to prepare yourself for your future. And then also challenge those, share your goals, because everybody needs accountability. Will we agree? And I tell you, if the only person who knows the goals is you, you're probably not going to accomplish them because you're not going to be hard on yourself. So like I said, I share with my wife, my family, and my extended family, and then those that are close to me, then I challenge them to create goals as well. So next thing, step 2 is stop avoiding your reality. So the phone calls. I'm standing right next to your phone, keep ringing. It's probably not your mother, it's probably that bill collector. So I tell people, open the mail. Some of you probably thinking inside, like I have a stack of bills at home that I haven't opened and I've been avoiding. The situation gets worse when you avoid it. So I tell them it costs you double, because then when you get those garnishments, guess what, now you're paying court costs, you're paying interest. So please, we're gonna make that commitment today. If you have any bills going into 16, address them. So, and then you're gonna go home too and pull your credit reports. It's 3 credit reports. It's Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Don't just pull one, because if you pull all 3, you'll see some of them don't report all the same. Also, your credit score. I'm running through this pretty quickly because I want to get through these steps. But like I said, you go to annualcreditreport.com, Credit Karma, those are both free services to pull your credit report. If you look at it and you see that you have outstanding collections or debt, negotiate settlements, remove outdated accounts on there, and pay the debt with the highest interest rate. So as you create the strategy, get rid of the highest interest rate and you do the snowball effect. Pay one off, put that towards the next one, and then, eliminate your bills that way. Step number 3, insure the things you love. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the car, the house. I'm talking about the person you're married to, the children God has blessed you with. So I don't just think about how do I live today, but what if something, God forbid, I walk out of here, and the question I ask, would you leave bills or benefits? I want to make sure, Dr. Bernard teaches us, I want my wife at the casket, smile, she don't know what to do, smile or cry. She like, I love him, yes, I'm good, I love him. So just, but he always messes with us, and you've heard that before. So purchase life insurance. And I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand if you don't have life insurance. That's a tool that you can utilize to maximize every stage of your life. If you're young, just out of school, now if your family were to lose you today, guess what? They lose your income potential. So they need to be able to survive. If you retire, you can utilize it as a retirement vehicle. But if you die, you leave a legacy. So you want to make sure, and it's one of the last things here on this planet, I say, Alyssa, you would agree, it's a tax-free vehicle. So let's transfer, that wealth tax-free. And most common types are term or whole life, and we'll talk about that more in depth. But property and renter's insurance. That's something that we always talk about, life insurance. And right now they say 74% of African Americans right now actually have some sort of life insurance. Is that, personally bought or through your employer? But property and renter's insurance is one as well, because you want to protect the asset that you have. So people don't realize if your apartment burning bills down and you got $10,000 worth of furniture in there, the landlord's not going to pay for that stuff that got burned up. He's going to pay to rebuild that building, which you're on your own. So make sure you have that car insurance. You get in that accident, you don't have sufficient insurance, you just change your life. If you have, it covers $25,000, but you just get a $75,000 car. Who's gonna pay that $50,000? You are. So make sure you have the right coverage, health insurance, short and long-term care. So we'll go to step number 4. Save, invest, and grow. I need to see more phones out taking pictures of these screens. I got people raising their hands, very few people raising their hands when I ask a question. I need to see people taking notes, because this stuff is going to help you for longevity reasons. Next thing is retirement accounts. Do your company offer a 401k, 403b, STRS, PERS, pension plans? Are you enrolled? And if you're enrolled, when is the last time you looked at your account? When's the last time you evaluate where your money was going? So some people, I've talked to people, it's been 15 years they've been put into, and they've not looked at their account to see what they're investing in. Don't trust nobody more than you trust yourself with the income you work hard for. So investment accounts, they have Roth IRAs, you have 529 plans, money markets, stocks, bonds, mutual funds. There are other things to invest in. You should invest in yourself. Pay yourself first. You work hard, invest in your future. A lot of people tend not to prepare for their retirement, and what happens is, when retirement comes, it's coming. I promise you, that's coming. And I tell people, when that time comes, now you're having to change your lifestyle. I told my wife, I want to be to travel more. I want to be debt free by the time we retire. I don't want to have to say, okay, now we have to downsize. We got to change the lifestyle we live. That's the time I worked for 40, 45 years. I want to enjoy that time. Would we all agree? Okay, so we got to put those things in place. Step number 5 is must have legal documents. Most people that I have the opportunity to meet with, I would probably say 95% of the people I meet with don't have these. I'm talking about athletes, physicians, people that you would think that when they walk around, they got it all in order. They don't have these documents in place. Living will. So if you get incapacitated, you can't talk, and Andrew, you can speak to this. Who's going to talk on your behalf? Who's going to make the decision? If you have 3 siblings, who's going to make the right choice? We might have all different lifestyles. So you want to make sure you have that in place. Last will and testament. That's something that I don't want my wife to have to consider or deal with any other family members on where I want things to go, how I want my funeral services to go, and things of that sort, where I want to be buried at. And then power of attorney and beneficiary is a key one for me. When I used to be in the bank, I realized a lot of people would not put beneficiaries on their accounts. Life insurance. When's the last time you text your beneficiary to say where your money is going if something were to happen to you? You need to make sure you go to the bank and you have a beneficiary, or that money is going to go to the state. Do you realize that? And now your family's going to have to fight, especially if you don't leave a will in place or you don't have a trust in place. Now they have to fight for the money you worked hard for. So let's make sure we do that. The last step is trust your money team. And people say, well, I can't afford to have these people. I'll give you accountant. You can't afford not to. You pay H&R Block, don't you? You pay Jackson Hewitt, don't you? An accountant charges the same to do your taxes. So get with somebody, look for a local accountant, sit down and talk to them so you can get more strategy in place. Banker, that's free. Know your banker. So build relationships. Attorney. You can get an attorney, do a retainer, $500, but you can create these relationships. These are people that you need to have in life. I tell people you can't afford not to have them in your life. Financial advisor. Most financial institutions in this city offer those people for free. You don't even know. When you walk in, there's a mortgage office, there's a financial advisor there, then you have your banker. Then insurance agent. Stop buying your insurance from these 1-800 or these online places. This is the last step. I want you to create relationships with people. Find a local insurance agent that you can create a relationship with, and then when something happens, my wife knows who's going to deliver our insurance policy. Like, hey, I'm sorry for your loss. There's a personal relationship there. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And you can follow me on Instagram at Maurice Purnell, Facebook, or Twitter, and I try to put out financial tips, throughout the week. So on the 30th, you'll hear more about that. Sorry I had to cut it short today, but bless everybody. Spend wisely throughout this holiday season. Can we all agree to that? Thank you. God bless you.